Gotta happen this year.
And then if you beat him, will you beat other YouTubers? Will you go after, I don't know, like Mr. Beast or, you know?
There's a big possibility I might be the YouTube champion.
Mike Tyson reacts to Jake Paul faking injury to cancel their upcoming fight. Meanwhile, Lennox Lewis, a former heavyweight champion and one of the few fighters to have faced Mike Tyson in the ring, has offered a unique perspective on the impending clash. Unlike many who might view Tyson's age and ring rust as potential liabilities, Lewis is more concerned about the safety of Jake Paul, Tyson's much younger opponent. He told The Guardian, "I'm concerned for Jake Paul. Tyson still knows how to punch, as you can see when he's hitting a bag. If Jake Paul gets hit by one of those punches, he's going to feel it. I know Jake Paul doesn't want to get hit." In addition to Tyson's punching power, Lewis highlights Tyson's tactical acumen, noting his ability to cut off the ring and apply relentless pressure on his opponents. This strategic prowess could spell trouble for Paul, especially if his defensive skills aren't up to par. Lewis questions the effectiveness of Paul's defense, suggesting that facing Tyson's aggressive style could prove to be a daunting challenge for the internet personality turned boxer. Despite the concerns for Paul's safety, Lewis acknowledges Tyson's physical condition in the lead-up to the fight. Having seen Tyson recently and observing his impressive physique and apparent readiness for the bout, Lewis believes that Tyson is preparing diligently for the challenge ahead. Tyson's commitment to training and his physical conditioning only serve to heighten the potential danger for Paul in the ring. Lewis added, "Tyson comes forward and he knows how to cut off the ring. It could be a matter of time, as how good is Jake Paul's defense? I saw Mike a couple of weeks ago and he looked good. He was walking around without a shirt and showing off his body, so he's getting ready." During a recent interview with Boxing King Media, Roy Jones Jr. sought to reassure fans while cautioning Paul, likening Tyson to a pit bull. The journalist swiftly delved into the rule nuances, voicing concerns about the risks for both fighters. Drawing from his own experiences against Iron Mike's ferocity, Jones Jr. confidently stated that 16-ounce gloves offered little protection against Tyson's power.
Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, is officially announced 16-ounce gloves, 2-minute rounds. You're the last person to share the ring with Mike Tyson. Is it, is it too dangerous for a guy at that age, or is it dangerous for Jake Paul?
They ain't wearing 16-ounce gloves and headgear to save Mike Tyson. Trust me.
When questioned about Tyson's durability at 58 years old, Roy retorted that they were warriors, undeterred by age when it came to enduring blows. He underscored that their shared passion drove them, regardless of the years. Roy even suggested that if Tyson could attain the same peak condition he was in during their bout, Tyson would pose a significant challenge, presenting a formidable threat to any opponent.
What's it like at that age, getting punched? Because people are obviously raising that as a potential concern.
Man, listen, when you're a warrior, it don't really matter. Say we warriors. We don't care about getting punched. We don't care what age we are. This is what we do. If he can get in shape, like he did with me to go 8 rounds, he's trouble. He's a problem for anybody because he is Iron Mike. Simple.
As the conversation turned to labeling the bout as an exhibition match, Roy wasted no time in issuing a stern caution to Jake Paul. He asserted that they could categorize the fight however they pleased, but warned that Mike had no concept of holding back. Comparing Mike to a pit bull, he stressed that pit bulls don't engage in play, they fight. This insinuated that regardless of its classification, the event would inevitably escalate into a serious confrontation. As the discussion veered towards classifying the bout as an exhibition match, Jones Jr. promptly delivered a solemn caution to Jake Paul. Jones stated that they could label the fight however they wished. He mentioned that Mike didn't know how to hold back, likening him to a pit bull dog. He emphasized that pit bulls don't know how to play, suggesting that the event would inevitably turn into a fight regardless of its classification.
And they're labeling it an exhibition, but we saw with your fight with him, he wasn't holding back. He was like...
You don't know how to hold back. They can label what they want to. Mike don't know how to hold back. Mike's like a pit bulldog. A pit bulldog don't know how to play. It's going to turn to a fight either way.
Roy Jones Jr. expresses confidence that Mike Tyson will emerge victorious over Paul despite their considerable age difference. The accuracy of his prediction will only be determined on fight night when the two fighters meet. Jake Paul has ventured into battles against respected figures in combat sports, particularly in the UFC. However, this venture hasn't spared him from criticism. Some argue that his wins were against opponents who were past their prime.
Well, I don't know. It all depends. No, Mike not trying to kill Jake, I don't think. But I do think that he will put Jake in his place, So I think it'll be a great exhibition. I think Mike will show him that, if I want to, I can't kill you. And if he adheres to that, it'll be cool. If he don't adhere to it, then Mike will do what he got to do.
However, Paul is now entering the boxing ring with a sports legend. Albeit at the age of 58, which signifies a major milestone in his career. Additionally, Paul has voiced his thoughts on confronting Mike Tyson. Speaking on his podcast, BS with Jake Paul, the problem child expressed his views, saying, "I'm a little scared because it is Mike Tyson, and I feel like when I look across the ring, I'm just going to have a wow moment that I'm actually about to fight Mike Tyson." Nevertheless, Mike Tyson's return to the boxing arena is stirring up waves of discussion. Opinions on this matchup are sharply divided, yet the date remains firm, with both fighters radiating confidence in their upcoming victory. Adding to the spectacle, Eddie Hearn, CEO of Matchroom Boxing, has shared his perspective on the impending showdown. Hearn criticized the bout, labeling it as disgusting. He conveyed his sentiments, expressing that he found the situation rather sad. He expressed, "I think we live in a crazy world, don't we? Where that younger generation is built off views, built off narrative, built off controversy." Eddie recently appeared on the Fight Hub TV YouTube channel, where he conveyed his belief that Tyson's age places him at a disadvantage when facing athletes like Paul. He stressed that assessing Tyson's abilities solely from the brief training clips he's shared is unjust. In his capacity as the CEO of Matchroom Boxing, Eddie suggested that these clips fail to offer sufficient insight into Mike's actual skill set. He said, "I mean, look, I don't forget that Mike Tyson is one of the greatest fighters of all time. It is not like it's not like this he is going to look at the pads. I mean, he was a former heavyweight world champion. He is 59 or 58, whatever. I am glad I think they have said now it is not a proper fight." Eddie remarked that, as a dedicated fight fan deeply involved with boxing since the age of 9, he finds it disgraceful that a 58-year-old man, who was his hero growing up, even has to contemplate returning to the ring. He added, "I find it disgusting that a 58-year-old man firstly has to even get back in the ring. From a financial point of view, with the amount of money that man was paid or partially paid during his career, to get in a ring with a 25-year-old guy who can't really fight." He further mentioned that while he understood the event, he had conveyed his concerns to the Netflix team, sensing that they weren't pleased with his criticism of the event. Hearn emphasized his commitment to honesty, stating that he would never sugarcoat his opinions. The promoter added, "It's going to make a huge amount of money. You can understand Netflix's approach. If Tyson doesn't win quickly, he can't win. I don't believe the other guy is much of a fighter, but he's fit, and he trains, and he's young." Earlier reports suggested that Tyson would have to undergo a series of medical examinations for the bout to be sanctioned as a professional match. However, the iconic boxer has now clarified the regulations surrounding the upcoming showdown. Moreover, we also know that the governing body has officially sanctioned this bout as a professional match.
Listen, this is called an exhibition. But if you look up exhibition, you will not see any of the laws that we're fighting under. This is a fight.
Moreover, Tyson refrained from delving into intricate details about the regulations, but acknowledged that Paul has transformed beyond the YouTuber he once knew from dancing videos. He emphasized that the problem child would step into the ring with the intention to cause harm, a tactic he claimed to be well acquainted with. However, Tyson asserted that Paul is greatly mistaken if he believes he will emerge victorious. He confirmed his desire to impart a lesson to Paul, but clarified that he held no grudges against his opponent, describing him as beautiful.
You know, Sean, I have a weird personality. I don't think it's weird, though. Whatever I'm afraid to do, I do it. And that's how it is. I was afraid for the Roy fight. I was scared to fight again. I was 100 pounds overweight. I was however old, 54, 53. And I said, let's do it. Anything I'm afraid of, I confront it. And that's my personality. Like right now, I'm scared to death. But as the fight gets closer, the less nervous I become because it's reality. And in reality, I'm invincible.
Mike Tyson remains resolute in his decision to face Paul in the ring, despite facing criticism from various quarters. Tyson boldly rejects any suggestion that his age diminishes his influence in the boxing world. He highlights the significant viewership his discussions on combat generate, underscoring that his relevance extends beyond age boundaries. As the buzz surrounding the upcoming bout between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul continues to grow, Joe Rogan has issued a stark warning to the internet personality turned boxer. Rogan, known for his insightful commentary on combat sports, shared his concerns about Tyson's formidable presence and intense preparation for the match. Rogan highlighted Tyson's ominous demeanor in recent social media posts, showcasing his rigorous training regimen. The 57-year-old boxing legend appears focused and determined, leaving little doubt about his readiness for the fight. Rogan also revealed Tyson's unconventional dietary habits, noting that the former heavyweight champion is consuming raw meat as part of his preparation. Rogan said, he goes, "I just eat raw meat. I'm eating raw meat." He goes, "You're eating raw meat?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm eating raw meat." He goes, "Because that's what I'm going to eat when I fight. I'm going to eat him. Just raw meat." Jesus Christ. He's in this mode. He's in that God of War mode. According to Rogan, Tyson's choice to eat raw meat symbolizes his primal mindset and unwavering commitment to victory. The legendary boxer's declaration that he plans to eat his opponent, Jake Paul, in the ring reflects his ferocious intent and warrior mentality. Rogan emphasized the intensity of Tyson's approach, describing him as being in God of War mode as he prepares for the showdown. Rogan added, "Tyson is in savage mode. If I was Jake Paul right now, I would be my pants." Given Tyson's savage mindset and unparalleled experience in the ring, Rogan believes that Jake Paul should be feeling the pressure. Tyson's storied career, marked by countless victories and devastating knockouts, has left an indelible mark on the sport of boxing. Rogan stressed the significance of Tyson's past triumphs, suggesting that they continue to shape his mindset and approach to combat. For Jake Paul, facing off against a living legend like Mike Tyson presents a daunting challenge. Rogan cautioned Paul to recognize the magnitude of the task ahead and to prepare accordingly. With Tyson's unmatched combination of skill, experience, and sheer power, Rogan believes that Paul should be scared as he enters the ring to face the formidable opponent. Joe Rogan said, "It's all the experiences that he has had as a conqueror. You have to take those into consideration. When a man has smashed men before, just smashed men, like when no one could stand in front of him, that is in his mind still. That's in there." As the anticipation for the Tyson-Paul clash reaches fever pitch, Rogan's warning serves as a sobering reminder of the immense challenge that awaits Jake Paul. With Tyson in savage mode and fully focused on victory, Paul will need to summon all of his skills and determination to stand a chance against the boxing icon. Meanwhile, Timothy Bradley, a former world champion and current boxing pundit, believes Tyson will benefit from the fight, now getting sanctioned as a pro fight. Bradley said, "Mike Tyson, knock his ass out, baby. It can happen. 2 minutes is going to favor Mike Tyson, banging him to the body and hitting him with power shots. He has the potential to knock this man out. The power is the last thing to leave you. 2 minutes? That's all it takes to knock Disney Boy the hell out." While Bradley seems unwaveringly certain that Tyson will win, Paulie Malignaggi, his co-host, is less certain. Malignaggi believes Tyson's age will play a major role, saying that he doesn't want to see the guy get hurt, and that Paul is more dangerous than everybody's giving him credit for. It's really unclear what kind of fight we'll witness on July 20th. There are two possible outcomes. Either Tyson or Paul wins handily, or the fight is evenly balanced. It will take time to find out as summer approaches. Meanwhile, Chael Sonnen finds himself intrigued by the impending match, though he harbors the belief that a defeat could spell the end of Jake Paul's career. Having already tasted defeat in a clash against fellow rising star Tommy Fury back in February 2023, the social media sensation faces another daunting challenge. This time, it's against the legendary Tyson, a bout that could potentially cast a long shadow over his career if he succumbs to a 58-year-old opponent. Sonnen told fans on his YouTube channel, "Jake Paul is a slight favorite over a greatly experienced and oversized Mike Tyson. I mean, Mike Tyson does not want to lose, and Jake cannot lose." Following initial speculation surrounding the nature of the Paul versus Tyson matchup as merely an exhibition bout, Most Valuable Promotions has definitively announced that it will be a fully sanctioned professional fight. In order for the fight to gain official sanctioning in Texas, some adjustments to the rules are necessary. Rather than the usual 3-minute rounds in 10-ounce gloves, the combatants will don 14-ounce gloves and engage in 8 rounds lasting 2 minutes each. Talking about the fight, Sonnen added, "Mike's reputation and everything so on and so forth is going to change. Jake's career comes to a screeching halt, at least in terms of his trajectory where he's trying to get to Canelo. It comes to a halt. It's a very fascinating situation." Meanwhile, Mike Tyson's response to the concerns surrounding his health ahead of his highly anticipated bout with Jake Paul has finally emerged, shedding light on the boxing legend's perspective on the matter. In an exclusive statement to Reuters, Tyson addressed the skepticism surrounding his age and readiness for the fight, dismissing it with characteristic confidence and defiance. At 58 years old, Tyson's unwavering self-assurance was palpable as he countered doubts about his ability to compete at the highest level. Refusing to be swayed by criticism, Tyson emphasized the overwhelming public interest generated by his return to the ring, highlighting the immense popularity he continues to command in the realm of combat sports. Tyson said, "I'm 58, and what? I'm getting billions of views from just talking about fighting. Everybody, even most of the athletes, they're jealous. You couldn't sell out an arena. Who at 58 can sell out an 80 80,000-seat arena. Tyson's remarks also underscored his perception of Jake Paul's motivations for choosing him as an opponent. With characteristic bluntness, Tyson suggested that Paul's decision to face him rather than other boxers stemmed from a desire to capitalize on Tyson's unparalleled star power and drawing potential. In his response, Tyson exuded confidence in his ability to command attention and draw massive crowds, challenging skeptics to underestimate his enduring appeal and drawing power. He added, "Why do you think he wants to fight me and not anybody else? All the boxers want to fight him, but if he fought them, the only people that will come are the people that like him. Their parents might not even come watch them." Musician Damon Elliott recently shared a chilling warning for Jake Paul, drawing from his own personal experience of facing Mike Tyson's formidable power. Recalling a moment from his youth when Tyson struck him in the face at the age of 14, Elliott emphasized the lasting impact of encountering the former heavyweight champion's raw strength. In a candid interview, Elliott recounted the life-altering encounter, revealing how Tyson's punch left an indelible mark on him. He cautioned Paul about underestimating Tyson's prowess, especially as the boxing legend gears up to face the younger opponent in Dallas, Texas. Elliott warned Jake by saying that he had known Mike since he was smacked by him at 14 years old, and his face had never been the same since, offering a stark reminder of Tyson's enduring power and ferocity inside the ring. Elliott's cautionary words come at a time when Tyson has been showcasing his impressive physical condition through a series of training videos, highlighting his readiness to step back into the spotlight at 57 years old. With Tyson's preparations intensifying ahead of the highly anticipated bout, Elliott's warning serves as a sobering reminder of the formidable challenge that awaits Paul.
Jake, don't do it.
No, do it, Jake. Please don't listen to this man. Jake, don't listen to him, please.
Jake, this is I know Mike since he smacked out of me at 14 years old, and my face has never been the same.
However, during the interview, Tyson himself intervened, passionately urging Paul to ignore Elliott's warning and embrace the upcoming challenge. Tyson implored, underscoring his own confidence and determination to face Paul in the ring. As tensions escalate and anticipation builds for the showdown between Tyson and Paul, Elliott's cautionary tale and Tyson's impassioned plea add layers of intrigue to the unfolding narrative, highlighting the high stakes and potential consequences of their impending clash. On the other hand, according to Bernard Hopkins, this fight isn't exactly the most thrilling matchup he could envision. He said, "I could watch two turtles run and I'd be more excited. I don't like it. I don't like it. I look at Mike. I look at him differently than the way I did in my day, the way people looked at Ali. I looked at Ali differently too. Marvin Hagler, Sugar, Ray Robinson." Hopkins voiced his displeasure, describing the situation as increasingly resembling a sideshow, complete with sweat and, if fortunate, some blood. He firmly declared his intention not to watch it, implying that even watching two turtles race would be more thrilling for him.
I don't like it. I think it's become more of a sideshow with some sweat, maybe some blood, if we're lucky. I won't watch it. No, I can watch two turtles race and be more excited.
Hopkins felt that the current situation tarnishes Tyson's legacy, suggesting that while Tyson might accrue a substantial sum of money from these events, it doesn't align with the dignity of his past achievements and stature in the sport. He further mentioned, "It's because of how I look at Mike Tyson. I've shared not only the ring with Mike Tyson several times, but also the era. A little tip of the hat to the era. I just think that demeans him. He'll get 100 million, 200 million. Please, that's fine." Meanwhile, a prominent figure in combat sports challenged Jake Paul ahead of his summer boxing match against the renowned Mike Tyson. When asked about his preferred opponent for a bare-knuckle bout, middleweight fighter Mike Perry promptly named popular YouTuber Tyler Durant, while also issuing a caution regarding Paul's showdown with Tyson. Perry said, "Jake Paul, man. If he hurts Mike Tyson, bro, let me get that, bro." Perry was reportedly one of Paul's sparring partners before his 2021 fight against Ben Askren, as per TMZ. Despite being a huge fan of Tyson, reports suggest that Perry's desire to seek revenge on the 57-year-old, should he get injured, is the reason behind his statement. He further added, "He is not doing bare knuckle, but I wouldn't put it past Jake Paul because he's been doing stuff that people would say he's afraid of, and things like that. That's partly what drew me to bare knuckle, was that so many were worried about it or afraid of it." Perry expressed his views bluntly, recognizing the legitimacy of the challenge. He directly challenged Jake, proposing a showdown and urging him to prove himself in a more genuine test of skill by suggesting a street fight if Jake were to emerge victorious over Tyson. He went on to add, "I'm like, it seems real to me. So Jake, man, definitely issuing you a challenge. If you get through Mike Tyson, test yourself for real and let's have a street fight. Jake, he's got some talent. Moreover, Perry dismissed Jake's abilities with a blend of acknowledgement for his talent and doubt regarding his accomplishments, likening them to victories over unskilled opponents. He added, "But I'd like to say I'm beating him as fast as he's beating these taxi drivers, especially bare knuckle. I'll hurt him, and he'll cry and run away and cower in the corner in the fetal position." Boxing icon Teddy Atlas has also expressed skepticism regarding the upcoming showdown, implying that there could potentially be a prearranged outcome between the two contenders. Atlas said, "Unless this is a WWE agreement, which I don't know that it is. I never said this before because I think all these fights are legitimate, and they are and have been, but this one makes me wonder." Furthermore, Atlas voiced his concerns regarding Tyson, emphasizing the significant age gap between the fighters. Tyson, at 58 years old, is set to step into the boxing ring against Paul, who, at 28, significantly surpasses him in youthfulness. Atlas said, "I'm not questioning the integrity of Paul. In fact, I like his integrity. I like what I've seen in the guy. I'm just saying, if there was a time I would question it, this would be the time. I can't see unless Paul is that confident that Tyson is too old now, and he's that good, because Paul has been getting more confident, and he does have a good right hand and does punch well with it, and Tyson leads with left hooks." Atlas commented that Paul might believe he has a chance to land a right hand, but he was uncertain. He noted that this was the first time he found himself pondering whether there was an agreement in place because, without one, Paul might be making a mistake. Atlas added, "Maybe Paul thinks he can hit him with a right hand. I don't know. All I know is that this is the first time I've said, I wonder if there's an agreement, because if there's no agreement, Paul might be making a mistake." Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.